Have you ever pondered about the health of our oceans, the lifeblood of our blue planet? The vast blue expanses that cover over 70% of our world are more than just scenic vistas. They are teeming with life, supporting countless species and ecosystems. But beneath the serene surface of these waters, a sinister threat lurks: ocean pollution. Ocean pollution is an environmental issue of monumental proportion, created primarily by human activities. It's the unsolicited gift we've been bestowing upon our seas, a result of our waste being thoughtlessly dumped into the oceans. Whether it's plastic bottles from our picnic at the beach, the oil from a tanker's accidental spill, or the chemical runoff from industries, we've been choking our oceans with a cocktail of pollutants. But why should we care? After all, out of sight, out of mind, right? Well, not quite. The health of our oceans is intrinsically linked to our own survival. The seas are the largest carbon sink on our planet, absorbing a colossal amount of the carbon dioxide we keep pumping into the atmosphere. They also produce over half of the world's oxygen. So when we pollute our oceans, we're not just endangering marine life, we're also jeopardizing our own existence. The menace of ocean pollution doesn't stop at the surface. It reaches the deepest trenches and the most remote corners of our seas. It's a ticking time bomb, silently sabotaging the balance of marine ecosystems and posing a significant threat to the life that calls these waters home. We're standing at the edge of a precipice. The decisions we make today will determine the fate of our blue planet tomorrow. It's time to pull back the curtain and confront this unseen threat head-on. As we delve deeper, we'll uncover the different types of sea pollution and their impacts. Because understanding the problem is the first step towards finding a solution. Did you know that ocean pollution isn't just about floating plastic bags or soda rings? Rather, it takes on many faces, each with its own set of destructive effects. Let's delve into the different types of sea pollution and the havoc they wreak under the waves. First, there's plastic pollution. It's the most visible culprit, with millions of tons of plastic waste entering the ocean each year. From plastic bags to microplastics, these pollutants are ingested by marine creatures, causing internal blockages and often leading to a slow, painful death. Next, we have oil spills. These disasters are catastrophic, painting the ocean surface with a deadly sticky film. It clings to the feathers of seabirds, hindering their ability to fly, and coats the fur of marine mammals, causing hypothermia. Beneath the surface, oil disrupts the food chain, affecting everything from tiny plankton to massive whales. Then there's chemical pollution, a silent but deadly player. Industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and heavy metals seep into the ocean, altering the delicate chemical balance. This toxicity can affect the reproductive abilities of marine creatures, leading to population declines and even species extinction. Finally, we have wastewater. Untreated or poorly treated sewage can introduce harmful substances and disease-causing pathogens into the ocean. These pollutants trigger harmful algal blooms, creating dead zones where life struggles to survive. Each of these pollutants carries its own set of destructive effects on marine life. As we continue to explore the impacts of ocean pollution, remember, the sea doesn't exist in isolation. The health of our blue planet is intimately tied to these waters. And what happens beneath the waves doesn't stay beneath the waves. Scene script. Imagine being a fish swimming through your home only to choke on a piece of plastic. This isn't a scene from a dystopian novel. It's a harsh reality for countless marine creatures every day due to ocean pollution. The underwater world is being ravaged by the onslaught of human-made waste, and the impacts are devastating. Let's talk about habitat destruction first. Picture an underwater forest of corals teeming with life. Now, visualize it turning into a ghost town as plastic debris smothers the corals, blocking sunlight and hindering their growth. The once vibrant ecosystem transforms into a silent graveyard, its inhabitants forced to move or perish. Next, consider the disruption of the food chain. The intricacies of the marine food web are mind-boggling. Every creature, from the tiniest plankton to the largest whale, has a role to play. But when plastic enters the equation, the balance is thrown off. Small fish mistake microplastics for food, leading to a chain reaction of contamination that reaches up to the top predators. And then there's the direct death of marine creatures. Sea turtles, dolphins, and birds, among others, often mistake floating plastic for food. Once ingested, it can cause starvation or internal injuries, leading to a painful death. And it's not just plastic. The aftermath of oil spills is equally tragic, coating seabirds and marine mammals in a toxic layer that impairs their ability to fly or swim, often resulting in death. And it doesn't stop there. Chemical pollution affects the reproductive ability of marine creatures, leading to population decline. Wastes from industries and agriculture seep into the water, releasing harmful substances that disrupt the delicate hormonal balance of marine life. These are not isolated incidents. They're happening across our oceans, every day, affecting millions of creatures in ways we are still beginning to understand. And the ripple effects of these impacts reach far beyond the oceans. So, what can we, as inhabitants of this blue planet, do to curb this underwater crisis? Well, let's dive into some potential solutions, shall we? One of the most straightforward things we can do is reduce our plastic use. This might sound like a drop in the ocean, but consider this. Every year, we produce nearly 300 million tons of plastic, and a significant portion of that ends up in our seas. By opting for reusable items and cutting down on single-use plastics, we can make a substantial difference. Secondly, there's the matter of wastewater. The water that goes down your drain after you've finished washing your dishes or taking a shower. Treatment plants play a crucial role in cleaning this water before it's released back into the environment. By supporting initiatives to build and maintain these facilities, we can ensure that harmful substances are removed from wastewater, thus protecting our oceans from further pollution. Now let's talk about marine protection areas. These are designated sections of the ocean where human activity is limited to protect the wildlife and habitats within. By creating more of these sanctuaries, we can provide safe havens for marine life and help preserve the biodiversity of our oceans. But remember, these solutions aren't just for the governments or large corporations to implement. They start with us, with our choices and actions. From the grocery bags we use, to the products we buy, and even the votes we cast, every decision can be a step towards cleaner, healthier oceans. The task at hand might seem enormous, but never underestimate the power of collective action. After all, it's not just about saving the oceans, but about preserving our home, our blue planet. The oceans give us so much. It's high time we gave something back. By taking these steps, we can help safeguard our oceans and the rich life they hold. The threat of ocean pollution isn't confined to the vast, deep seas. It echoes around the globe. When we discuss the global impacts of sea pollution, the first thing that comes to mind is climate change. You see, the ocean absorbs about a quarter of the carbon dioxide we release into the atmosphere every year. But with the increasing levels of pollutants, this balance is disrupted. The ocean's ability to act as a carbon sink diminishes, accelerating the pace of global warming. Next, let's talk about rising sea levels. Pollutants such as heavy metals and chemicals can increase the temperature of the water. Warmer water expands, and this thermal expansion is one of the major contributors to rising sea levels. This is not just an issue for low-lying islands. Coastal cities around the world are also at risk. Furthermore, sea pollution poses a significant threat to food security. The ocean provides a substantial portion of the world's dietary protein. However, the contamination of seafood by harmful pollutants like mercury and plastic particles is a growing concern. It's not just about the fish on your plate, it's about the livelihoods of millions who depend on fishing and the health of billions who consume seafood. But it's not all doom and gloom. We have the power to turn the tide. By reducing our use of plastics, properly disposing of waste, and supporting sustainable fishing practices, we can help restore the health of our oceans. The story of ocean pollution is more than just a tale of harm and destruction. It's a call to action, a plea from our blue planet for help. It's a reminder that the choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow. And it's a testament to the interconnectedness of life on Earth. Our actions, whether harmful or helpful, create ripples that spread far beyond our immediate surroundings. Remember, the health of our oceans reflects the health of our planet. It's high time we pay attention.